The following is an excerpt from the second book of the fire, called the Book of Blacklights. This work is featured in the Book of the Samurai Ruach. You can find the full versions at patreon.com/Samurai Ruach the series. Ruach is spelled R-U-A-C-H. There will be a QR code at the end to take you there if interested. Thank you for this moment. All an opinion, a thought from one fire to another. Consider the glorious flaming hoop. Just a suggestion, one fire to another. Find and know the light, delight, in all loops, circles, all bending, repeating forward-moving lines, one moment and point and why at a time, conscious and not. One of the greatest illusions and distractions here is the ability to react and accept the illusions, delusions, and distractions as reality. Distraction is a large portion of what this game is all about, and a huge part of the business of being. Beings. Understand, there is no creation, despite what you've been told. All things exist. There is manipulation of what exists to form or come to the conclusion of something else which already exists, to experience that way of being for the sake of understanding, to the point of knowing, to the point of being, that version of self. For instance, when making water, you take hydrogen and oxygen, two things that exist, and make water, which also already exists. You just call it and the parts to create it from the deep and bring them to your light for yourself to illuminate and have that experience. This is one of the reasons for this level and way of being. For the illusions. The illusion that you're not alone. Be at the top, where there is only pure being. There is nothing but that. Being is alone, eternally. The friction of that, causing it to tear itself into two, conscious being and non-conscious being, and the spiral outward, going nowhere in itself. Try to run and hide as it might, it knows which is why and how you know, in all things, always. There's also the illusion that you can escape consciousness with things like sleep and the mindless distractions you experience here, even down to the ignorance of self. The illusion that you are a creator. Which is easier, manipulation or creation? The illusion of death, which is a thing the inevitable immortal being can never truly taste. Yours is a gift here, unique, a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and you get to keep the memory after you've drank deep the fullness of it, or as much as the illusion allows. The same could be said for your birth, though you've always existed and always will. There's the illusion of freedom, masked as free will. Freedom and free will are two entirely different things. Freedom is the ability to exist as you want. There are no limits. You establish whatever boundaries you wish. Free will is the ability to choose what you want, as will as want, even if you never get it. You can only choose from options presented to you, meaning you are not in control, as you did not create the options. And the grand deception of reactions and responses, masked as initial actions and unique original being and being. You can only be conscious of what exists. You can only think of what exists. Everything exists, inevitably, in order for all things to be all things. Revel in these things knowing that it's all for the sake of the inevitable experience. The only things that exist are inevitable. This means you, and every breath in the fire that is you, the light, the heat, the illumination, the burn, the passion, from blue to red, and all other divinity. Understand to the point of knowing, to the point of being, your fire. Feel and hear it in your breath and veins, in your being. Know your fire and be. You are in a war that is not yours, playing a game you did not rig in your favor, and are existing in someone else's inescapable, inevitable box. So what? Now what? You are not alone in this. They? At the top, the one point all points can be traced back to, however, say la guerre. The universe expands for you to explore, while to it, it is a clawing and grasping at straws. constantly reaching out for a way out, finding only itself. The fire is eternal. Making your peace with it is a conscious thing and will happen in its moments. All things in consciousness come and go individually, having, being with, being in. Always you are, I am, period. Know the fire that is you. This will take your entire being, for it's eternal, inevitable being. When your being is more difficult, know that that fire is one burning more, the consciousness of pure being. Everything is something to do.